Alright, you guys, so this is going to be a reaction video on response video. So I don't know if you guys are aware, but there's been a few videos that Alex Corras, I don't know if I'm saying his name right. He's got a niche of self-cutting, which I think is dope, and he's created a whole channel surrounded around the niche of self-haircuts. I remember reacting to his video a long time ago, and he had recently created a video using my techniques. And then the video that he did using my techniques, that same week I actually dropped a self-cut video of me cutting my own hair. And so when I saw the techniques he was using, I was like, damn, I don't know if I like that technique for a self-cut. This is how I cut my own hair. This is how I actually do my self-cuts right now, and I just fade down. So I reacted to the last self-cut video where he was using my techniques, and I actually challenged him to try my latest self-cut techniques. So this video, he's actually doing it. So we're gonna react to him using my latest self-cut techniques. I'm a little worried because this is it right here. It's this top one right here. This hardest self-haircut I've ever done. Chris Bossio challenge. That's a little concerning because it's not supposed to be. It ain't supposed to be hard. I don't know what happened. I don't know what went down, but we're about to find out.
Guys, this might be one of the most difficult self-haircuts that I ever give myself, hands down. If you guys don't already know, Chris Bossio made a video recently reacting to my self-haircut video, and in that video he challenged me to basically give myself one of the hardest self-haircuts ever. This self-haircut is a pure reverse fade, going from the top and working your way down in complete reverse. Always down for a challenge, and if Chris Bossio challenges you to do a self-haircut, you best believe I'm gonna be doing it.
That's cool that he's taking the challenge. I personally think it's an easier way to do it, but then again, that's coming from a barber who's done this almost 12 years now. Interesting perspective.
Enough talking, let's get right into this before 360.
Alex, one of these days you gotta come to the shop. Let me cut you up, bro. That's the after, so right away he's showing it. Okay.
To start off the self haircut, I'm going to be putting in the duck clips, starting with the number 3 guard lever open, pretty much just debulking and kind of evening everything out by my part line. It was very complicated for me to do this because as you're cutting your own hair, and you can see it right here, you can't see
you just feel
the guidelines.
You just feel.
And so for me, I don't know if I did something wrong, but when I was watching the video, this is what I got from it. And
higher.
while I was actually cutting my hair, it was like a completely different thing.
The key is, like, I usually use my finger kind of to feel where I'm at, you know, with the clipper. And so, like, if you just did a number 3 here and you're cutting with your clipper, you could feel it, right? So you're cutting, you're doing your 3 here. That number 2 open is literally right underneath it. That number 2 closed is right underneath that. 1.5 right underneath that. 1 open underneath that. 1 closed, half. And by the time you get to the blade open, you're almost in this area, and your bald line's in this area. I just think that maybe you were going a little bit lower. It looked like you went 3 open here, and then you were playing with the 2 open here. Now you got to go like right underneath where you left off. So that's a key tip there, I think, at least.
And so it was just a very challenging haircut.
There you go. He's going a little bit higher there. Maybe he did go up high enough. No, you're too low. You're too low. Nah, you're too low. 3 open, you brought all the way up here off of the ridge of the head, right? You didn't go right in, but you went kind of up and off. 2 open should have been right underneath there. Number 2 should be right here. 1.5, 1 open, 1 closed, half guard, blade open, 0. They got to be stacked right underneath one another. And if you accidentally create a line, you know you just got to go up 1 level of guard and go up a little bit higher to remove a line. Yeah, you're too low. Definitely too low. You guys can see he's super low. He's got to be a lot higher than that.
And honestly, you guys, I just want to give a big shout out to Chris Bossio for, one, challenging me. I thought it was really fun. Thought it was going to be fun.
He said he thought it was going to be fun.
My hair, I was like, dang, this is tough. I was like, this is crazy. How'd this man do this? I don't know if it's because the different types of hair that we have, the different actual haircut, because I know he gave himself like a buzz cut with like a number 3 or number 4 on top. Not sure if that's going to change anything, but
no.
The pure reverse fade is definitely not something, and I say it in this video, I'll say it again.
See, again, he's in this area with this 1.5 guard. There's no way you're going to get to a bald line in this section or a ball fade where you would want to be, right? There's no way you're going to get that done if you're this slow with this 1.5 guard. He should actually be in this area with that 1.5 guard.
By the guards too low. And the technique about it doesn't make sense. So I don't think I did too good because it took me 30 minutes to realize. I was like, dang, I don't think I can continue doing this. So that's pretty much it. And you guys can see I'm still going down the list. Eventually,
yeah, you went down the list too low.
Just like, dang, I couldn't pull it off.
Yeah, you're so low at this point, it's impossible to have a ball fade. Gotta stack those guards, man, right on top of each other. The reason why I like to down fade like that is because I don't have to see anything. I can literally just feel where I'm at.
And one of the big things that I noticed while I was cutting my hair during the reverse fade is that every time I kept going down with the new guard, like dropping it from a lever open to a lever closed, and then going to the next guard, lever open, lever closed. Even though I was starting from beneath where I previously went, I kept feeling I was digging into what I previously cut.
Here's the thing too, let me point this out real quick, guys. The thing about fading is blending sections into one another. So he mentioned how he felt like he was backtracking and going over certain places that he already did. And that is fine because by definition of what a fade is, you have to blend sections into one another, which would mean you need to bleed some sections into the other sections so that it creates that blend, which is ultimately will create that fade, that finished look that you're trying to achieve. Like eventually you're gonna have to bleed this 1.5 into that 2, this 2 into that 2 open, and this 3 open into whatever bulk that you have. You're not bringing the 1.5 guard all the way up here, but you are going to bleed it into about right here. If you're down fading, or even if you're fading up, sometimes people will go back down to the previous measurement because the line's not coming out. It's not because you weren't able to remove the line. It's because you need to blend that section into, overlap just a little bit into the section above it. Let me know in the comments if I confused you there or if you totally got it. If you totally got it, let me know. Say totally got it.
Already, you guys.
Oh my gosh.
Is way too complex. It makes no sense why any of you guys would do this self haircut and make this like your go-to technique. This haircut is way too difficult. So again, you guys, please like and subscribe for all of the pain and suffering that I'm going through right now.
Yeah, I disagree. I think once you have context and you understand the overall picture, the plan, and you understand those key details, like he's spreading this fade out too much. Once you know that you're going, like literally, this is how I cut my hair. I will go number 3 open to the back and I can feel it. I'm in the back, I can stop. 2 open, I can stop. 2 close, I can stop. 1.5 guard, 1 guard. But notice I'm barely going down. Half guard, right? Once you understand that, like, it's the fastest. I can cut my own hair. And I don't know if you've seen the cut, haircut, beard, everything. It took me like an hour. So if you watched the original video, I will put a link in the description for the original video where I do the self-cut down fading. And you keep all of these details that I've mentioned in this video in mind. Maybe it'll be a little bit easier. I don't know, Alex, why don't you try it again? Try it again with these details that I gave you. It might help you out. But I do agree with Alex. If you got a way that you're comfortable doing it, cool. If you don't feel like you need to improve on it or you don't need a different technique, then just stick to what you got. Yeah, he's got the half guard all the way down there. He's about to complete a low fade, you know?
Guys, I'm just looking at this haircut right now. I feel like every time I put a new guard on and try to go down, I end up going into the previous section above it. And it's super, you guys can definitely see it in my face right now. I'm so frustrated. And I'm just trying to hold. But you guys, I'm going to, unanimous decision here. I'm going to cancel the challenge and get rid of it. Because it doesn't make any sense. What Chris Basio did in the video, it's completely different than what I'm doing, and I'm having such a hard time doing it because you just can't go from lever open to lever closed and go down the list of guards without even seeing the guidelines. It just doesn't make any sense.
It works.
I'm gonna go ahead and
like I always tell you guys, there's not one unique way that is the standard, that is the default, that is the best way to do any haircuts, whether it's self-cut or on clients. Like I have different different systems that I use on different clients depending on their hair textures, their growth patterns, their density. Like, you know, there's so many ways to do it, right? The type of haircut that they want. Like if somebody wants a really compressed fade, it's hard to fade up and for a lot of people and have that balance where they might not take the fade up too high. Sometimes a fusion of fading up and fading down works really well. It's just knowing where you're trying to get to and then having a strategic plan to get there, right? But I will say that one of the biggest points of down fading work was Misc, and it's you don't spread it out so much and you don't need to have guidelines. You can just depend on the system and stack them really close to one another and you don't have to see it. That's the whole point of down fading, is because you're cutting your own hair. In fact, you don't have to see guidelines. You can just go by feel. It really makes it easier for me. I think we'll end it here. This is him doing his system.
This is kind of what you do it the way that I do it. When you cut your hair the proper way, going up each guideline and then fading in each guideline, you get haircuts like this and it looks a lot better. Even if it took me a lot longer to actually get through the entire haircutting process.
All right, so I'm going to disagree with you. That's not the proper way. Every way works, right? It's just this is the way that you're used to doing it, and it came out looking a lot better because you have more experience with that system. But yeah, guys, Alex, I would keep that in mind. Maybe try it again with the little details that I've added after reacting to this video. If you missed that self-cut that I did on myself, link will be in the description below. Alex has a great channel. It's a great perspective though, because although I've done self-cuts, you know, the last 10 years, I don't do it as often. And I'm not coming from his world of not going to barber school and not being in the shop and doing this as a profession, right? And so it's great. It's a great perspective to hear out. And I will say that the way that he does it, his self-cuts, is the more common way that you see on YouTube from other barbers teaching and stuff, for sure. But there's definitely a crowd that prefers to fade down. Let me know in the comments, are you part of that crowd that prefers fading down or prefers fading up? Or do you prefer a hybrid of fading up and fading down? There's 1,000 ways to do a haircut. With that being said, guys, go subscribe to Alex if you like self-cut content. He does hairstyling stuff, I believe, as well. So I'll link his channel below and definitely show some love. This is a pretty fun series. Alex, I appreciate you taking on that challenge, brother.